Thank you to the member. Yeah, he's awesome. Look at him. Anyways, yeah, they inspire me. So thanks to them. Enjoy the video. Oh, we're back. We're back. I have not recorded in over a month, basically a month and a half. I have not played this game in that whole time as well. So we're going to continue and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's making me start earlier than it should be. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's great. Including the thing that took me about 25 minutes to do. All right, well, I guess while we're doing the thing, explain myself. Why have I been gone? Well, college. But if you're curious about what exactly I've been doing in college, well, gonna be making a short film soon. Actually thinking that for movie night we could watch. Also, at work, we've gotten like new management and things are different now. They're like better in my opinion. There's like a lot of very small like convenience upgrades that have been had. Like for instance, people would be like, do you guys have any cheese packets or like red pepper flakes? And I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. And then I'd have to like go somewhere else to get them and like duck under something when like all I should have had to do was go, oh yeah, and then grab them because they should have been right in front of me, but they weren't because I don't know, they weren't. You also remember in like, I know I made fun of this in that last video, but when I was all like, oh yeah, sorry, I don't do mods, they're not my thing. It's like, I've been playing a bunch of mods. Oh yeah, sorry, I can't mod, it's too much for me. There we go. That was easy. I'm like 5 minutes into recording and I just did that. It's kind of nice to be back on Celeste, you know? Really, it's just kind of nice to be back recording in general. This is one of those things that, for the longest time, you know, when I was recording, I was trying to get that, almost, I'll say mental muscle memory, where I was, like, trying to get my brain to think the uploading and the recording and such, that's natural, that's the state you should be in. And, it worked because I felt very strange not uploading for, like, ever, and now here I am recording and everything is great and fine. You know, one thing I've considered a lot is oh no! I'd completely forgotten about this. So yeah, I guess we'll see how long this one takes us. Oh, another frickin' like school story. I'm in digital marketing right now. Oh my god. We were talking about like customer personas, which for anyone who doesn't know, the long and short of it is if a company wants to sell their stuff to a specific audience, they make like a fake persona of that person. They'll be like, this is how old they are, this is their lifestyle, this is what brands they like to use, yada yada. And, you know, they had us go look on Google's Ad Center to like see what they had us go on Google's Ad Center to like, well, you know, just to see what was going on. And we had to make like a post about it to like discuss, and there were a bunch of people who are like, you know, I don't know how I feel about all this information being out there. And I'm like, this is not the right class for you. Like, it's not gonna get better. Yeah, I mean, come on. Once I, you see how quick I'm getting this? Once I took my little break, I just forgot how easy. Yeah, light work. I actually am breezing through this right now, and it's a little concerning. Oh, when I started college this semester, without going into too much detail, last year was in many ways tragic. It was not good. So like going into this semester, I was like, okay, there's a lot of things I need to fix. And I ended up getting a bunch of Gears of War books If you don't know what Gears of War is, don't worry about it. But I was like super excited to read them. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring these to college instead of like a bunch of gaming stuff. And so I've done that, and I have spent all my time actually doing stuff in class instead of reading my books, and I'm sad. Oh, also, you've probably noticed that there's no webcam for this one, or maybe you just thought I hadn't used it yet. Nah, I don't think it adds enough, at least not with this game. It's mostly just me sitting there playing. I don't know, there's not really much to the webcam, at least for this game. I don't know, if I played a narrative game, you could psychoanalyze my, like, expression and everything, but for this game, I just turned the camera off during the narrative moments anyway, so you can actually see. You guys ever tried playing, or like, you ever picked up a game? Most of the time, it's like live service multiplayer games where like you've missed the war, if you will. All the people there are like veterans of the war who are very grouchy about certain things, and you just have no clue what happened. That's how I feel. I started playing Overwatch 2. Never really played the first Overwatch, never really knew much about it, and yeah, you know, on Steam, the freaking rating is like overwhelmingly negative, and you know, for me just playing it, I'm like, I think it's fun. Speaking of which, it's been brewing in my head for a long time, and I have to say it somewhere. They've calmed down now, but for a while, the Call of Duty Zombies subreddit, once again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it, but they were just the most miserable people on the entire planet Earth, and genuinely, I hoped none of them would ever be happy about what Zombies done. They don't deserve it. Please shut up. Now they've sort of chilled out, and just to also be clear, I'm not saying that you can't be unhappy with what you're seeing of like the new game. That makes sense. But like just the sheer way in which they were doing like the classic, oh, you like new thing? Well then it's impossible for you to have played the old ones. Like they were just so in denial about the fact that anyone could like the game in a different way than they did. Like it was just so crazy. I've never seen such a group of delusional people. Oh, that is nasty. You can't just go through it naturally. You have to like readjust. Oh my, oh. No. Oh. Woo! Oh, I have to... Okay. Oh! Yeah, wave dashing isn't even hard. Oh, that's so... It is possible. Never say never, gents. No! There we go. Ooh, okay. We gotta time this. We gotta... I know, I'm breaking the creed. Oh, Hitboxes. You saw me literally slide along it. I just did it again. Oh, that actually worked. Okay. Oh! Oh! My goodness! Isn't it so funny how all those political ads will have, like, you know, someone will be like, I like this candidate, and then the candidate themselves will say like, I approve of this message, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you do. Vote for this guy. And then this guy shows up and is like, yup, do that. I'm like, thanks. I hate, by the way, I'm just gonna let it be known. So like at this beginning part, you know, I need to time when to do my wave dash. Okay, that's cool, right? This is the first part of the entire sequence. It's completely fine that I have to figure out when that timing is. You can't make me have to figure out through trial and error a timing that's like right at the end, because then I have to do the same thing like 20 times over just so that I might be able to figure out what the timing of the other one is, right? I just think that's dumb. Like, as someone who can, you know, when editing, go through and look at all the times I get mad and be like, yeah, that's whatever, right? That is a genuine complaint that I do have with this game sometimes. It doesn't happen, honestly, that much, really, but it does feel like at times you're forcing me to do a bunch of stuff I already know how to do in order to get to a part that I still need to learn. And I don't mean just like in terms of like practicing. When I say learn, I don't mean like practicing a part to get like the mechanics of it down. I mean learn as in like the timing of like that spring there. I happened to get it this time, but like there's no, I would have just, if I died, I would have just had to redo the whole part over again that I already know how to do. Oh wait, we're actually alive. Okay. None of this looks too bad. Am I supposed to? Oh, you make me do the whole thing over. There's no reason you shouldn't have a checkpoint, because that beginning part is just busy work. Also, yeah, you just hold down. I like forgot you could even do that to like fall faster. Buddy is trying to get away. What is this? Pardon. Hello? Oh, I was so confused. And I was like, did I just replace my copy of the game with like an impossible mod? Which, by the way, if you've never looked up like any like impossible type mods or any applicable games that you like, you should, and you'll probably learn about a bunch of things you did not know at all. Like one thing about Super Mario 64 I learned from watching tool assisted speedruns, which is basically it's hacked. Everyone knows that it's hacked when they watch it. They're not like trying to hide it. And it's hacked to show, with current knowledge of the game, what is like the fastest route. That's what tool assisted speedruns are. And in Mario 64, I learned that if you get like frame perfect wall jumps, oh my god, you can go insane. By the way, this part is rough. Not in like bad, it's rough as in tough. Rough and tough. I'm also like terrified to stop now because I don't want to have to redo anything. Ugh! Okay. Oh, you know, I was on, you know, Reddit as I am, and like someone made a meme post or something about like the movie Don't Breathe, and they were talking about how like, oh, why is this a horror movie for the first half, and then the second half, you know, they're like, oh my god, and like I see people, because here's the thing, for anyone who doesn't know what the second half of that movie is, I'm not saying it here in the video. Do a quick Google search and you will figure out. The point I'm trying to make here is like, it's a horror movie and people are almost, not everyone, obviously, but I'm seeing people who are like, the movie's bad because of that. And I'm like, okay, if the movie became suddenly like poorly made in that second half, all right, and maybe that's what they did mean. But it just feels like a lot of the time people tend to get very and I think fair enough, right? Icky about stuff like that, which is 100% fair, right? I'm not expecting them to be like, you know, but just in the way of like, we can watch a movie, and granted, I'm not saying that these people are the same as the group I just mentioned who are icky about the kind of thing in Don't Breathe. But I feel like generally over here in the US of A, there's a lot more leniency given to violence than there is to the other thing. And I think it's, at least when you're in a case where you're going to watch an R-rated movie, it's a little strange to still have that rudeness, almost. Kind of like thinking to myself, like, so it doesn't matter if someone gets like their freaking head chopped off, but like the other thing, oh no, how could they do that? They go write a review and be like, this ruined the movie for me. And I'm just like, really? It did? That's surprising. But, you know, at the end of the day, also, everyone's entitled to whatever opinion. So if that ruins the movie for them, that just ruins the movie for them. There's nothing I can say that's gonna... I almost died. There's nothing that I can say that's gonna make them change their mind about that, which is fine. And there we go. My hands are sweaty. And also, I feel like I should add in just that, like, when you get to like a horror movie or something that has something like that, and it makes people horrified, and then they start talking about the movie somehow being at fault, and I'm like, you went to see a horror movie, didn't you? I understand that there's like different types of, you know, like if you go to see a Friday the 13th movie, you're just going to watch people die or whatever and see Jason and go like, yeah, get him, Jason, right? You know, it's different. I understand that. So like if your expectations were something different, then okay. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the most freaking obvious example I can think of this type of thing that I'm talking about is the game, The Coffin of Andy and Lily. If you have not heard of this game, once again, I don't want to say certain words, but it is a, I don't think I'd call it a horror game. I definitely wouldn't actually. It is a psychological game. I don't know if I'd call it a thriller. It is a game in which the protagonists are not meant to be good people, right? You're not meant to think that they're good people. You're not meant to anything. The protagonists commit them some good old murder, some cannibalism, you know, just casual things that you do in fiction. But there's multiple endings to the second episode. I should also mention that these people are brother and sister. I think you can probably guess where I'm going based on what we were talking about before. So there is an ending that the game tries to steer you away from, and that is not portrayed in any good light at all, and is considered the bad ending of the game that people have taken to and have decided that like the game is just bait, or that it somehow revolves around that as a concept, and that's, you know, so terrible and blah blah blah, how could they make that? And I'm just like, you just ate somebody, and for some reason this ending is what is disturbing you, and you're like, oh, this is terrible, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, really? That to me is just, and like I said, I get it, but like I get that I can't make you think it's okay or anything, but like, I'm just thinking like all the other stuff that happens in this game, and for some reason, that's all fine. You're okay with all that being in a video game, but the instant the other thing is, now it's terrible. I don't know. Eh. Oh, wind. Everybody's favorite mechanic. Oh, the bubbles are affected by wind. Celeste about to shut me up. That's actually kind of cool. Ugh, yeah, look at that. Bam. I hate... By the way, I never really got a chance to say anything about it when I was actually playing Core, because I happen to get mostly lucky with them. I don't like these blocks. I think they're really, really inconsistent with the way they throw you, or at least they feel inconsistent. I'm sure from like a specific perspective, someone will let me know that I'm just playing wrong, but they feel terrible. There we go. What is going on here? Just as a question. Wow. That looks supremely aggravating. Alright. Hello, everybody. Back on a different recording session. Easy. Alright. Now that we've beaten one room, I can talk again. So, with all hope / intention, this should just be in the same video as, like, the last one. There should be a rather inconsequential cut between this video and the last, because I need to beat this, is the main reason, honestly. Because I'm, like, thinking, I'm like, oh man, what YouTube video should I do next? And I'm like, you should finish Farewell in Celeste, and I'm like, I don't wanna, and I'm like, then how about you finish it? Quite the argument against anything you don't want to do, really. Oh man, I don't want to do this. Then do it, and then you don't have to. How do you even manage to die like that? You just slowly and methodically avoid every single possible lifeline. Just letting you know, this part is annoying. No, I just realized, probably the most frustrating thing for, like, any YouTuber to do while playing this game. Do you imagine, and I'm sure this has happened somewhere, and, like, people are gonna think I'm, like, trashing this person, but I'm not. I just thought of this in my own head, which is, like, someone getting, like, oh, man, you have to do Farewell, and then they, like, give up, and they just, like, react to a YouTube video, and be like, oh, man, that would be the worst. Like how I would watch people play through Yakuza 0, and if they failed the final QTE, I would actually, like, not watch their reaction to the rest of the game. Like, flat out. It was just like, nope, you suck. You know, I just had myself an interesting thought / question in my head. When you guys play Geometry Dash, why do you play it? Because I was just thinking, like, man, you know, the reason there's such, like, a overlap between, like, the Celeste and Geometry Dash community is probably because of this feeling of, like, you know, that trial and error and going over and over again. Am I the only person who, like, that's not their, like, reason for playing? Like, seriously, I just want to beat stuff. Like, I know some of you are probably gonna think, like, oh, that's weak, that's a bad mindset or whatever, but, like, no, seriously. Like, beating the Bell Gargoyles in Dark Souls 1, like, I hope you know that when I beat them, I didn't get some massive, like, dopamine hit or anything like I was expecting. Like, oh, wow, I did that after so long. No, I was like, great, I just wasted a lot of time for, like, nothing. I got an achievement that, like, 46% of people who played the game have, which is kind of neat, but, like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't do that much for me. I'm thinking more about what I said before about, like, you know, working hard to, like, beat things and feeling nothing. Nah, I felt good when I beat, like, the hardest levels I've beaten in Geometry Dash. It's just, this game does nothing for me in that regard. It is so dumb. That's such a dumb... Like, seriously? Yeah, I do hate parts like, I'm gonna be honest, every time, not every time, technically, right? I don't hate all of them, but I feel like anytime this game actually, like, tries to be hard, I just kind of like, why? This comes down to nothing even in particular about level design, about anything. I don't want to be, you know, I prefer to be honest, and I don't want to be lying to you guys about a game that you're probably, you know, very ecstatic about, so I don't want you to think I'm being untruthful in any way. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When this game tries and be like hard, I feel like a lot of times that's when it's at its worst. Now, I have mostly enjoyed Farewell so far. I thought it's been pretty neat. I haven't really found any like real parts of it, at least off of memory, that I was like, oh, that's bad or anything like that. I would generally say that it's been pretty good about being like balanced and stuff, but like right now, everything I've done in this recording session I've counted as pretty annoying. Like I said, I know the skill issue comments are at the ready, which is fair. I mean, whatever, I guess, but yeah. Like, I thought the summit, I forget if it was the B or the seaside that I spent like an hour on. I actually enjoyed that one in particular, but like, one of those things where I just look at a lot of it and I'm like, this isn't fun, you know? And I feel like when it's getting harder, it's just like, it's been a very significant amount of them, like rooms and stuff, that I'm just like, this isn't fun. This is not well done. This is just kind of annoying. What do I think of this particular room? Too long with no checkpoints. It's wasting time. Those are the rooms I hate the most out of like all of them, are the ones where I feel as if they're just stalling for time. Like this whole section of this room up until like past those 3 bits is a waste of time. I know I'm eating my words because I'm still sometimes dying to them, and it's like that doesn't justify the massive amount of time that they waste. At least not to me, but you know, whatever. Up we go, I guess. Voice acting time. I didn't ask for your help. I know, but Adenoid Moss, think this through. What's your endgame here? All that matters is finding Granny. And maybe I can bring her home. Even if the whole universe is against me. Aren't you worried about getting lost up here? I'll figure it out. Look, Adenoid Moss. We're in space chasing a mysterious bird. None of this is real. You're dreaming. Good luck. Oh no! Oh, well, we're in eerie silence here. And this may ruin the atmosphere of this part, I know. But you guys ever? Well, of course you have. You know, in life, people will talk up something for one reason or another, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's very good at this. You know, it's this, and that." And I remember I saw somewhere people like mentioning, or maybe I saw a YouTube thumbnail that was like, Parasite Flower, the most disturbing game I've ever played. And I was like, all right, what is it? And like, I went and looked at it and I was like, really? Now, I thought it was a decently made game. I finished it and was like, wow, that was dark. But like, most ever? Really? And I always hate doing that because then part of me almost feels like I'm trying to be edgy or something. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just like, you guys are exaggerating. Like, it really isn't. And well, actually, it could be for you. It really could be. But like, the guy I found who said that was like someone who apparently played like these type of games and stuff for like a living. And I was like, really? That was okay. I mean, I guess, you know, it's also different people being affected by different such things, right? Like, one game I always think about is there are ways to, basically it's a game you can only play once. You know, there's ways to get around it since it's just like a browser game, but that you're only supposed to be able to play once. And the idea is that everyone has like a sickness or there's a disease or something, and there's like like 5 in-game days or something, and you can choose them to go to work and try and find a cure, or you can choose to spend those days like with your family. And like, that game was something that profoundly affected me, and like all this time later I can remember it and think like about that. And I'm sure to some people they're like, bro, there's not even anyone dying in it. So it's like, whatever. And you know, now that I said all that about Parasite Flower or whatever, now I almost feel bad because now I'm thinking like, in objective terms, what happened in Parasite Flower, right? And now I know, I feel like a bunch of people are gonna be like, oh, how could you say that? And it's like, dude, it just personally to me didn't feel like that. Like, I'm not saying that what happened in Parasite Flower wasn't bad, but like, I don't know. Gotcha. All these color stuff hasn't been that bad so far. Googling. I was gonna say, if he literally like flies away the instant she gets any closer to him, I was gonna say, what's even the point of this cutscene? Like, got you. Bye. Wow. Oh, okay, here we go. More, baby. I'm ready for this game to get even more impossible now. Oh. Woo, come on, birdie. Toss me. See, now this is fun. I'm just gonna level with you. I like this. Difficult? No. Fun? Yes. I'm enjoying myself now. Oh my goodness. Bird. Jellyfish. Jellyfish. Bird watching as we miss it by like an inch and plummet to our death. Oh! What? What? Oh! Like, come on. See, this right here, what's going on here, this whole, like, thing, this is fun. What was going on before? Questionable. This, however, is what I call enjoyable. Ah, yeah. Look at, like, the schmovement of all of the things. Seriously, like, come on. This is the game's peaking. Sounds like the game's remembering how to be good. I'm gonna go in my comments and it's like this is everybody's least favorite part of the game. Just like, oh, this game's incredible again, and then everyone's like, this part sucks. I mean, brother, hold up. We're watching the video to make sure I actually am doing this right. Wow. Okay, that's bad. Well, hello everybody. I've been paused for a while. I have no clue where I paused, but yeah, so then this doesn't matter. I was just going to switch you over to my controller overlay, so for once you could actually see that I did not do what happened on screen, but it's a little late for that now. Alright, well, yeah, that's actually bad. I've been paused for a while, I would assume. Jesus, man, this is horrible. Fly, fly, fly! Oh. What? Dude. Oh. Oh! Bam! Bam! Ah, okay. Let's do this for Granny. Alright, I was gonna say, let me know what's going on with these binoculars. A lot. Alright. Well, it's light work, so... Ah! What? I'm gonna be honest, this screen is starting to feel like I'm gonna have to treat it like a zombies Easter egg, where I have to pause after every single action I do to see what I have to do next. Cool, man, I get to do this. Yay. I feel like I'm displaying such skill by doing this. this whole part is a waste of time. Oh, what? Didn't stop you from coming all this way. You finally found me and now you care that it's a dream? There she is. Long time no see, Strawberry. Hey, Theo. It's been forever. You went off the grid. What happened to you? Yeah, sorry for not responding to your messages. Or answering your calls. Or replying to your emails. Yeah, I know you. Figured the funeral might have triggered your anxiety, NBD. Next time, at least just let me know you're still alive. Feeling any better? Yeah. Finally starting to come to terms with it. Oh, that reminds me. I have to show you something. Oh? Remember I told you my grandpa went to Celeste Mountain when he was younger? Well, I was going through some of his old stuff with Alex. And check out this photo I found. Let's say Celia and Carlos, the names. There we go. And that, my friends, is farewell done. And with it, me saying farewell to this stupid game. 5 hours! So, I already gave my opinion on, like, the main thing of this game. So, I may make a video now that I'm, like, more or less done with everything. Talking about everything. And my opinions, blah, blah, blah. Once I have some time to collect myself. But, if you would like me to very succinctly put how I'm feeling right now, I ain't never playing this game again. You guys aren't getting me back on this for anything. No mods, nothing.